but if I have a script, I'm not going to follow it. So basically, landfill clip. It's a trick in any percent. Get a lot of questions about it because it's pretty unique, pretty confusing. I'll preface it by saying this is kind of, at least for full game runs, I would say it's a thing you shouldn't worry about until you're much better at doing full game runs, because it only saves about a second and a half over doing the man strats. I'm not going to show man strats because I haven't practiced them in like legitimately a year. So if you want to see man strats, I'll probably in the description of the video or whatever just have a link to a replay to show you, or you can just look on the leaderboards and find an old man run. But yeah, it's only a second and a half slower to do man strats in full game, so I would highly recommend you learn those first before you learn this. So basically, to understand landfill clip, you need to know invalid tiles, which are basically just, I guess, like glitched out tiles that allow you to just kind of, they don't have collision on one side of them, and whenever you hit that side that doesn't have collision, you just kind of walk straight through them and end up out of bounds. So like this tile right here, this is just like a sloped wall, I don't know what else to call it, but it's just missing a top corner of it, as you can kind of see by it being cut off, and I'm kind of falling whenever I'm walking over it. If you jump into that invalid tile like that, whoop, like that, you clip out of bounds. So basically the way that you do this on landfill is there's these dust blocks over here and they form a slant like that over there. And so what's important about this slant is that it's dust blocks, so you can just break the top corner of it and reveal an invalid tile, just like the one over there that I just showed. So you can just kind of jump in that invalid tile and fall out of bounds. So once I'll kind of break it into two parts. You want to break this tile, and then you want to, as soon as you end up right here, you want to dash to the right and then jump. And thanks for host, Jimmy. So first, let me just talk about like how you would want to get this clip. So I have a few replays. This is the normal fastest setup, or air quotes fastest, to get this clip out of bounds, or to set up the invalid tile basically. So when you're boosting along here, as soon as you get to the end, you want to do a full jump, and once you jump and get about to right as you touch the wall basically, right before it, like as soon as you cross over this 45-degree slope, you want to do an uplight. And what that'll do is you'll bonk into this wall over here, you'll destroy the dust blocks, and then once you wait a bit for your Y speed to be cancelled out so you're able to down dash, you just kind of down dash through the clip. And what's nice about this setup is you bonk into this wall, which will immediately set your speed to 0. So you don't have to worry about like aligning to fall down the clip, because as you could kind of see me earlier trying to get in a clip, it's not very lenient. Like if you have any like horizontal speed at all going into this clip, you'll either just miss it or clip out, and it's kind of awful. So anyway, you want to down dash through the clip, and then like I said, you want to dash right there. And I'm not going to show that part yet, that'll be separate. I just want to show you how to get the clip first. So there's that, and here's some backups if you mess it up. So this is, whenever you do it too late, you'll usually hit the higher part of the slant, and you'll get like bonked up into the air. And what'll happen, so like here I did light too late, so I got bunked up into the air, and this slope tile right here did not get destroyed. So that means if I try to down dash right now, I wouldn't clip, I would just get pushed to the left. So all that you have to do if this happens is pretty easy to fix. You just have to wait a second and then uplight again, and you'll be able to just down dash and do it like normal. So just be aware that that can happen, be prepared for that, because it's probably the most frequent mistake, and it's pretty easy to fix. Don't press left or right, just uplight and then down dash, and you'll be fine. And then the second thing that can go wrong is if you press light too early. So pressing light too early is bad. It takes a lot longer to fix that. So if you press light too early, like I pressed it way before the 45 here, so what's going to happen is I'm going to like reveal the clip, but then I'm going to not bunk into the wall because I destroyed it, so I'm going to go flying past it. So the problem with this is if I just try to like jump off the ground and get into the clip, it would be really hard to align. Like it's possible, but it's just not consistent. And you absolutely need to have 2 air charges as soon as you go through the clip. So what you have to do is you have to get on this wall right here, you have to down dash through and then dash to the right. You need to get on this wall with 2 air charges, otherwise, like I said, it's not going to work. You're going to fall out of bounds and unload, and it's going to be really sad. So anyway, and I kind of messed up movement here, whatever. So yeah, you want to grab this wall, slide down, and it is very, very important you do not down dash when you're sliding down this wall. Otherwise, Kid will go too fast and break the dust blocks, and you'll have to restart the level because the clip will be gone, which is really unfortunate. So yeah, you should just fall through the clip, and then you dash, and you jump to the right like normal. So that's all the setups for the clip itself. So, just real quickly, I'm going to go over like how you would want to practice the movement for this. So if you want to practice the movement once you've clipped, keep in mind first of all, for whatever reason, Dust Kid, whenever she spawns in the editor, she only has 1 air charge instead of 2. So like, I'm mashing dash right now, and I'm only doing like 1 dash in the air. Meanwhile, I can just jump off the floor and do 2. So keep that in mind. You're going to have to start on the 4. So if you want to practice it, I would say start like this and just kind of jump into it. And then in the editor, if you hold down Control, you can replace tiles just by click dragging over them. So you can replace these tiles with a translucent tile so that you can see what you're doing out of bounds. So let's just fill all this in. Oh yeah, and there's some layer 20. Disable it by clicking this right here. So yeah, this will allow you to see like what you're doing to practice whenever you have clipped out. So now you can faintly see Dust Kid. So yeah, just mess with that. And the timing for everything is you want to dash right about here. This isn't super precise. Just don't do it too low or too high. If you do it too high, you'll clip back inbounds, which is really bad. And if you do it too low, you'll not be able to. You'll be too low and you'll just fall out of bounds, and that's really, really bad. You'll have to restart the level. So anyway, yeah, you just dash. Well, I actually did it too early there, so you could see I clipped back in bounds there. So like more right here is the position to do it. And then you just kind of let yourself fall. And this isn't incredibly precise, but once you probably pass this wall right here, or this little opening right here, I would say jump just a bit after that. It's going to be hard to visualize since you're not going to be able to see your character, but you'll get a feeling for it after a while. It's not super precise, like I said. And then once you jump, you want to wait until you start falling a bit again. Like count like a quarter or half of a second to where like you start falling from your jump, and then you want to do a light attack. I actually did it way too early. So you want to do a light, which will hit a dust block, which will cancel out all your momentum and just kind of let you slide to the right. From there, you just want to do 2 or 3 lights, and then do a heavy. And that should give you a super. If it doesn't give you a super, just dash to the right and do a few more attacks. And as soon as you get a super, you can just super. And I'll show you what I mean more in full speed now. So you want to just jump through here, dash, jump, light twice. I didn't do a heavy, but from there, like as soon as you get super, just super. And if you miss, like I did here, there's 1 turkey still left. Just like walk to the right a bit and buffer another super. It's no big deal. Just be aware that that can happen. But yeah, you just kind of whoops, dash, jump, light, heavy, and then super. But I think that's just about it for that. I'm gonna have some various replay links and stuff in the description, and just ask me if you have any questions, I guess. Thanks for watching.